I came home, there was a man in my... He had a mechanical arm. Find this man.
She was attacked by what appears to be essentially a robot.
Hot meal. Hot meal. Hot meal.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome. It's me, your buddy Admiral Teague, and I'm here with my good friend Outlaw Bill. Outlaw, I got a feeling about something. I got a hunch. I think that Bruce Wayne might be Batman.
No, the hell you say? No way. It's Elon Musk Jr. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's Donald Trump. Maybe Trump is Batman. All I know is this Batman is no kind of Batman I recognize. Bruce Wayne may or may not be Batman, but I know this: Wayne Bruce is man bat. So watch out for that shit.
Don't you say that? Adam West is the only Batman. Don't you say that, Teague?
Rip Adam West, the greatest Batman of all time, the Batman of our childhood, and the Batman, forever Batman in our hearts. It's not Batman forever. It's Adam West, forever Batman. Yeah, I mean, come on. Well, one of the greatest, if not the greatest Batman for a generation now. I bailed on Christian's movies most of the time. I would say congratulations, though. I didn't think there could be many worse Michael Caine movies, but
no,
they did it.
Batman.
Hey, Daniel, what's up?
Batman, damn it.
What's going on, Daniel? Hello. Yeah, you are Batman, sure. You know what?
I'm in my Bat cave. What are you talking about?
You could be. I mean, I'm doing good, Daniel. It's good to see you out there, and hello to everybody in X-Land. Well, if you zoom in on my YouTube, you will be able to see that there is a link pinned to the top of that for my Cosme Theater, my cinema, so to speak. And in there, I will present to you the House of Horrors that we call Batman. Wow. You know, Bill, the problem for me is that when Hollywood sends us their Batman, they're not sending their best anymore. They're not sending... Adam West. They're not sending Michael Keaton. They're not even sending Val Kilmer. Goodness gracious me, they're not even sending Christian Bale. They're sending criminals.
Not that George Clooney guy.
Sending junkies.
Please not that George Clooney guy. The worst Batman ever.
We need to make Batman an American again. All right? Enough of this Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson, Batman stuff, all right? Batman needs to be an American again. Gotham is the same woke disaster that Batwoman is going to inherit some 50 years, 70 years hence from this absolutely horrible fucking show.
No, don't give it to Batwoman. I mean... How many god-awful seasons did they do over there on the CW of that?
There was two.
Show?
There was two, and they made a bid.
Four.
No, there's two, and they made a bid for a third season by rebranding as Batwoman, and Alice. And Alice had been the villain, but she was the only popular character on the show, so they're going to try to shoehorn that in. They made a few commercials for that, and then they made commercials for. What I was looking forward to was Gotham Knight, where they were going to start by killing Batman's father and having a teenage Bruce Wayne be a bloodthirsty vigilante because, hey, he's a man. And he was going to have a better, smarter woman there to help him along through this journey through, adolescence where most men are known to kill. And thanks, everybody. Hey, sit down. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, buddy. Guys, do me a favor. Tweet out that I'm live. Let people know that I'm here. But if not,
Yeah.
you're cool too. It's a watch party, so watching on an extra device can help. But as I get the Cosby set up and pull up the Amazon to watch this on, I have to say, if this wasn't more or less free, if Amazon wasn't more or less free to watch, I would never, ever bother with this woke garbage. Batman Caped Crusader was everything that you always expect from J.J. Abrams. It's got all the illustrators. Did you watch the Batman cartoon in the 1990s? Like we're about the same age. Like life was going on for me.
I sadly did not. I was busy with life. Yeah.
All right, I have caught up with a lot of it. There's not a million episodes. There's like 70, 75 episodes or less of Batman from the original animated series. There's not a whole lot, but most of them are really, really good. So the ones I've seen, when they try to be funny, they always succeed in being funny. There's one where a nightclub comedian insults the Joker. And so the Joker can't deal with this shit. So what he does is he kidnaps the guy and he gives him brain candy to make him insane. And he thinks he's the condiment king and he becomes a dangerous criminal. But he's so insane that his dangerous criminal gear is a mayonnaise and a mustard gun, a ketchup and a mustard gun that he shoots at people. So when they're trying to be funny, they're funny. When they're trying to be dramatic, they're dramatic. Maybe 10% to 15% of them don't focus on Batman at all. Alfred's life. The Joker's life. Usually with Harley Quinn. And I'm going to say it right now. Tonight we're going to see why you will all agree with me. It is time that Harley Quinn be killed off. It's really... We might go 2 episodes of this show tonight. It is woke. It is wild. It is a total disaster. So pile on into the theater. It's not about our concurrence. It's not about getting views here. What this is called, this is Batman CSI, all right? This is these Batmen, they come here and they get their Obama phone or whatever it is, and they don't want to do anything. You know how many Batmen are laying around New York City doing absolutely nothing? We've got crime like you wouldn't believe, but millionaires everywhere doing nothing. But anyway, the point is this woke Batman is the only person who could fail to catch these criminals. It's absolutely hilarious. And who else is out there? Hey, Cyrus! Batman, the discounted and the swapped. You know what, Cyrus? If you want to join us in the studio, I'm going to get you a pass right now. Batman, the animated series from the 1990s, was really good. They understood Batman better than most other people. And it was like, to many, many, many people, if not most of our audience, that Batman, Kevin Conroy, is the only Batman. Like, he is the definitive Batman. They would come home after school, and there was like, they refreshed it every couple of years or a bunch more. And, by the time you went, I think it ran from about the time kids would be, some people like caught it starting in kindergarten, and it wasn't over till like their first year of high school. It was like on and off for a really long time. It was never canceled. They stopped making it on their own terms. There's a Superman show it sometimes crossed over with. I think we had 1 or 2 crossovers. I know for sure that though the art style was the same, Gotham and Metropolis looked completely different. And these were extremely high quality cartoons. And hello to everybody on X, where we will be providing a wonderful way to enjoy Amazon's fantastic show, Batman Caped Crusader. What do you think? What did you think of the last time we watched this this woke weird show? We had Batman unable to solve the crime of the Penguin firing artillery at the city from a cruise ship visible from the city in front of witnesses. In front of witnesses. Lots and lots of witnesses.
Yar Apron should be best doing more Alias or Lost. Then,
honestly, he
whatever
really is lost.
Whatever this is. It definitely
Cyrus,
gets you lost.
I'm pretty sure I hooked you up, Cyrus. Check your X if you want. You can hang in the studio. My good friend and co-host. We have Batman woke loser. I mean, you won't believe this. J.J. Abrams woke Batman lets loser criminals run wild in Gotham. How does Harley Quinn outsmart Batman, the Cape Crusader? Seriously, only J.J. Abrams Batman could fail this badly. Only J.J. Abrams Batman could fail this badly. It's one of the most insanely inane, inept, and absolutely terrible Batman shows you've ever seen. And it's absolutely mesmerizing. You'll be mystified. What did you think of improved female Penguin there, Bill?
Oh, God. Don't get me started on that horrendous Jabba the Hutt looking character who so bad. So bad.
So very, very bad. It was really, really weird. Like, we didn't understand why Minnie Driver was being why is British actress Minnie Driver American Penguin, and why is the Penguin being played by a female actress in the first place?
It was in the image of Melissa McCarthy, but don't get me wrong on that.
But with like a hook nose, yeah, like Melissa McCarthy, no looker, but she has like the resemblance of a pug nose. This woman has a pig nose, and Melissa McCarthy, not the best person to listen to, or not the most entertaining comedian. I will say this though, I do understand her pain. She's Jenny McCarthy's cousin. Can you imagine having to look across the Thanksgiving table at Jenny and you're Melissa McCarthy? That had to be painful. But guys, hey, Mark Harkness, fantastic show. They're hiding one? Yes, the Fantastic Four show is going to be fantastic. To quote the Joker on these writers, and people say, I'm crazy. You know what? Honestly, this has been an adventure. I did a fun video essay on it. I hope you guys will check it out. It's called Batman Destroyed by J.J. Abrams, or J.J. Abrams Destroys Batman, depending on the day. All you got to do is just join my go to my channel and look for it. But the title is Batman Woke Loser with a picture of Montoya, because putting a picture of Batman there would have been honestly it would have honestly been false advertising.
My name is Ethan Montoya. You could look at my father. My favorite today. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, this Batman is that guy. He is not the guy who, for instance, cares about Gotham and cares about people. In the episode with the Penguin, he kills the Penguin's henchperson for no reason when he could have let them live. I mean, you won't believe this. I mean, J.J. Abrams woke Batman. You can't outsmart Harley Quinn. He couldn't solve the case of the city being shelled from the river in sight of the city with a gun on top of a fucking ship that was actually an art fail. The only fail of the whole thing, that gun was not rendered well enough to look like an umbrella in the sequences I saw. When she was sitting in it, I'm like, what's with that weird seat? But I'm like, everything else is all stylistic. Who gives a shit? That umbrella gun looked like a gun. It did not look like an umbrella gun. It looked like a purple gun. And she's just shelling the city. And then they put a pin in it. It's 1939. In 1939, like, the Coast Guard was super beefed up. It's only a few years after the reinstatement of the ability to drink. We've never had that tough of a Coast Guard. The Navy's building up like you wouldn't believe. We're on the cusp of war. We have people watching the harbors and the rivers, and the Penguin gets wasted on a showboat full of people who also live in Gotham, and goes out on deck and just fires the deck gun at random at the city, blowing shit up left and right. And like, you're gonna love the part where Batman stands in front of the map of the city like, and when you see how it's going, it's so stupid. Anyway, I digest. Let's get Batman Woke Disaster going. Season 1, episode 5, The Stress of Her Regard. What a self-important and stupid name. I bet you it's from a better comic. It's probably lifted right from a comic, or just so changed, just tiny bit changed that JJ doesn't have to pay for it. That's his specialty, as well as poaching off his license. So if you have your Cosby ready to go, it should be pinned to the top of the chat. on X, and it's in the comment trail. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action! Welcome to woke Gotham City. No, this is Batwoman's Gotham City. She deserves this city. There will be no straight people here in like 25 years.
Wow, that long. That's a long time.
Oh, look at this. What the fuck is this? Wait, hold on. We got some edginess going on. I'm going to pause it and I'm not going to keep pausing it, and I'll give you time codes, but I want to share some of this on our screen. Now, Bill, remind me to get rid of the screen sharing, because YouTube people, they love when we fuck up. But let's see. Look at this edginess here. It's slightly even over the. I realize this is a comic book, but story. But we come into the ringing of the bank vault. Batman is finally. This is the first time I've seen him do Batman-like things. But if this is like the other episodes, Batman will not be around long, and he will be back to being very un-Batman-like very soon. We're at 16 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and action. I fucked up. At 22 seconds, we're going to stop to turn on the subtitles. Sorry, guys. You know what? This dialogue is so dumb, it's worth it. You know what? We it really is. We had a little taste here. Let's start it over from the beginning. We're going to re-rack this. Let's go on. For our first ever attempt to watch it. 3, 2, 1, and action. We are in Edgelord City, Bill. They're going to be such edgelords that it's going to destroy their story. Watch. People don't know enough about Batman to try not bribing him. He's brand new at this. It's the first Batman-like thing I've seen him do, Bill. They're really going to use King Tut? All right, so watch how edgelord this shit is. You'd think this is a good show, right? So here we go. It's the artist from the original show, but everything's all under thought. Batman only hangs around in his house dressed as Batman. He's rendered as Bruce Wayne only when he goes out in public. I don't get it. They ruined poor King Tut for this? Yeah, and he's a TV show original character from Batman 66. Also relevant, the Joker, if you have to explain the joke, it's not funny. And Daniel says hi. Oh. So sliding right down the bat pole into the bat cave with us is my man Cyrus.
Will you comply?
Are you from Perseid?
How's it going?
Oh my God!
Hey,
we're watching
Cyrus.
Batman's woke disaster. Let me put the link in the private chat in case you didn't see it.
I already have
my
it.
God, he's a disaster. Look, they're getting so much diversity here. We have like body positivity ish Harley Quinn, who's Asian because she knows science, so they made her Asian. They're not
What?
Islamophobic at all. Yeah, she's a shrink, so they made her Asian. Like, makes sense, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
they set themselves up for this. So if she's Asian now, does this mean
Wait, hold
certain
on,
kinds
let's
of people are going to beat the crap out of her?
I don't know about that, and we don't advocate that, but I want to show you in frame.
I'm just saying, if
this
they
is
want
our
to be,
Batman show.
modern day audience, You
know what? Let's just say, okay, good. The lettering came down. Remind me not to leave this up there again, Bill. It's on you, and it's your fault only. But here we go. take a look at this. This is the Batman show, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we're opening it up. This is what we're doing to show people that we're doing Batman here. This is Batman. We have on the left is Dr. Harley Quinzel, as they call her in this, and she is, of course, with a name like Harley Quinn, you would absolutely think of an Asian woman, or Quinzel even more so. I mean, come on, you know. And you know what? I would say this. We've got body positivity detective Montoya. Look how much bigger she is. It's like they drew Bullock and just put the Montoya head on top of it.
Is
She's
she
real
Bullock's
big.
partner, or did she eat Bullock?
Bullock is her assistant.
Oh, she looks like she ate her assistant.
What's fucked up is she was introduced after we saw Bullock a few times, just so that it wouldn't be like all men. Like, it wasn't wokeness. It was just like, oh damn, there are no like female we just don't have many female characters. Like, let's give Bullock a female partner. There are female cops, and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. But that Batman was timeless. This one decided to stake a claim for unnecessarily, rather than saying a classic era Batman and leaving it at that. And we wouldn't have questioned it. They had to put a pin in it. It's 1939. So here we have three people who wouldn't be allowed into a fucking restaurant anywhere except if they were like, where is Gotham that they have desegregated dining rooms, and this is a huge deal in 1939, but not in Gotham. They had to bring this on themselves. They couldn't say a golden age looking Batman. They had to put 1939, and now this is of course for modern audiences. So we have smug Asian know-it-all sciencey Harley Quinn, big life-loving food stuffing down the throat Montoya the cop, who has to looks like Carmen Sandiego and has to lead Bullock around by his jock because he's so fat and stupid. And then we have glum, unhappy, Afro-Latina, double check boxes on every one of these people. We have a sciencey Asian. We have a body positivity Latina, and we have a we have a mentally depressed but nonetheless powerful assistant DA Afro-Latina. And I can just see how they must have been just like chest bumping and slapping their hands when they're like, Commissioner Gordon's black, right? Yeah. We never see his wife, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a shame it wasn't Commissioner, Sandra Gordon, so we could do our usual thing. But how about we just have a really weak father-daughter relationship, and he'll be more of like a stepfather to Montoya. And what we'll do here is his daughter will be a miserable bitch, but she'll be the assistant district attorney who puts everyone away. And we could turn 2 on this one. How so? Well, actually 3. She's a powerful woman. She's Latina. She's black already, right? Yeah. Well, we never see her mother. How about this? She's Latino and African. And like, oh, wow, that's brilliant. Whoa. It's like so many check boxes. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, like Hawk Tui on the plot. But we're at 2 minutes and 45 seconds exactly as I remove this from the screen. But that's what we're dealing with here. 3, 2, 1, and action. Look how big she is. If I'd waited 1 more second, she's giant. It's like we got Latino Lizzo. Oh my God, they're all talking about how they're gay. They're all talking about how it's 1939. Commissioner Gordon is a distant workaholic who has no relationship with her daughter. She doesn't even know what to say with him. How about I'm worried about you, Dad? I don't know. What do you guys think? If you were told by people who really knew your dad, including the surrogate daughter that he's adopted, or rather who's taken under his wing, because you're not getting it done. Jeez.
That is such a racial stereotype look they gave her eyes at that one. They are like so proud that they've made it to like the 4-minute mark with no white man and no male at all. No white person and no male. They're like, yes, yes. These people are like just absolutely chest bumping like the Knicks. They're saying, no.
No mercy.
But I mean, the art is great. Look at this building, and then look at this. And looks edgy and great, but it'll be like undermined by the stupidity of what's going on. Let me leave some exposition on my desk for Batman. He doesn't even have to open a drawer. Well, everything got this is right there.
Where it's like darker Gotham, but not too dark like the Batman.
But it wasn't smart. Like, how about having him crack a safe? The evidence is on the desk. Wow, it took him 1/3 of a second to find that goddamn secret button.
Well, he is supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and no,
but I mean,
typical bad guys,
The world's greatest detective would know there would
in this show. That's a question.
No, he's a fucking moron. The world's greatest detective would know that there would be a button, but only magic thinking finds it with one. He sticks his hand out and finds it immediately. He didn't even ran his hand down 2 inches. Now he's tear gassed the cops. It's okay to be a little bit of a dick in this show, as long as you do it to cops. He put a half dozen cops in the hospital. Episode 1, I think they said, right?
Well, so if you're a cop,
yeah, good enough. He killed the Penguin's sidekick. When you throw someone off a ship, you see them go blunk, and with not much of a splash, the ship never slows down. You don't see them bob to the top. They're dead. Oh, Well, look at the white man. The first white man we see who's not Batman, first thing he does is say to his shrink that he hates his children. What? White men just aren't suited for being parents, according to this show, huh?
Let's not forget Teague, the super thin mustache.
That's just supposed to show that, he's a bit of a... well, it's 1939. That was normal.
Oh, and they got him the handcuffs.
And then it suddenly looks bigger in another angle.
And, they can't make up their mind because now Harley Quinn's all body positivity, but wait until she gets into her Harley Quinn outfit and they change their minds again and she's just, got no tone. She's not overweight anymore. Oh, look at all these other people frozen in her, little menage. See, look, now all of a sudden it's a little different.
Wow.
Her costume sucks.
The costume sucks, but she lost a bunch of weight, yet so low effort. I guess they didn't hire back all the artists.
Oh, they're humiliating men! They're humiliating men!
This is the second man to be on screen and the second man to immediately be humiliated and immediately be hurt.
What the hell?
So 2 for 2 on humiliate. This is the third man on screen. He's been immediately humiliated. 1 of 2 have been immediately hurt. This is 3. 1 of 3 has been hurt. 3 of 3 have been immediately humiliated. 4 of 4 have been immediately humiliated. 1 of 4 has been hurt.
Why is he
immediately humiliated? Wow. We've been doing this for 2 or 3 minutes now. I've got to show people exactly how bad.
Wow.
You have to see Infant Man. You have to see Infant Man. Remind me to keep on turning off the share screen, but guys, I mean, for people who watch later, you have got to see Infant Man. Harley Quinn has a menagerie of, and I think it said they're capitalists, so these are rich guys, and they're getting what they deserve. So Batman just beat up some cops. So when we see men, they're immediately hurt.
So is she taking random capitalists, or?
I think they said they're capitalists, but they're also, I guess, they're mentally disturbed. But were they before she got their hands on them? The people who ordered this show, according to a bunch of internet scuttlebutt, reported by reliable sources, but I don't want to name anybody because it's not confirmed. I believe it, said that the people who ordered this show said, fuck you, and DC just auctioned it off, and Amazon was like, we'll give you whatever, and they're like, we'll take 10 cents on the dollar, or whatever they could get, because it was made. They looked at it, and they're like, this doesn't enhance Batman, and it's confusing mess, and JJ's like, but my art, and they're like, don't worry, it'll get released. He's like, all I care about is my paycheck. They're like, you've got your goddamn money, get out of our office. And they're like, what do we do with this? And sell it to Amazon, they'll show anything. They like the Rings of Power. So like they called up Amazon. Amazon took it off the DC in need of help list, and this is it. For like 4 or 5 minutes, we've been going from one cage with a man in it to another, and we've just, I mean, cucking is too mild. They've just been dehumanized. As soon as we've seen them, we've seen about 10 men. The first 5 or 6 we saw were immediately injured by Batman. Batman is coming out of this fairly all right.
There's a Batman in this show? Where?
Yeah, he shows up here and there. When I say Batman is fairly all right, I mean he's physically okay. He's not all right upstairs. He's a mess in the brain. He's got the IQ of an idiot. He's only as smart as and the baby, by the way, is John DiMaggio. It's Bender from Futurama.
I thought the
So
voice
here we
was
go.
familiar. I'll explain it.
He's like their second most featured voice at 1911, which is 1,900 points above J.J. Abrams' story writing IQ. We go on 3, 2, 1, and action. We have to stop and make fun of everyone. Look how fat she is here. She gains and loses weight from cut to cut. They can't make up their minds. She is much bigger from now. What's with her voice? See, he's the rich guy who she was taking money from. Okay, she dresses people up of what she thinks of them from her. And that's what Alfred's supposed to look like, but she's got the thin white guy because he's evil. I don't understand this at all. It makes no fucking sense. Now remember, these people had to have enough money to afford to pay her whatever her fee was. We saw that she's charging these people money. So this is like, out-of-pocket cash medical care. The show has established that. They're not aware of it. Wow, so we had some action and it happened off screen.
What a way to use pudding in there, huh?
Yeah, we just got away from that.
She usually says pudding about Joker, now it's freaking dessert. Swing and a miss.
Now, guys, just so you know, I've paused it again for a moment so we can share this. I want everyone to see. Here's body positivity Alfred. Alfred is still Batman's pal, but as you can see...
holy crap, it's the real Penguin in disguise.
I know! It's the fucking craziest part about it. So anyway, Pennyworth saying Penniless. And in this one, Batman's a psycho dick, so he doesn't call him Alfred, he calls him Pennyworth. All the time. So here we go at 8:49, 3, 2, 1, and action.
That would mean they're not actually friends.
They're not friends. He treats them like shit. 3, 2, 1, and action. The show's unaware of it, but he treats them like shit. You can't be friends. All right, so it's established they're all wealthy, and they're just labeling them greedy. $150 in 1939.
So the game of cat and mouse begins, huh?
All right, for at least the person who's mentally ill is actually mentally ill. All right, so here's the Forbes cost of living. Gotham is like Detroit. Let's see if we can find a place like that.
Do you notice how he's a man that's knocking women over, very light women over with no problem at all? Yet when they come to fight, the women could fight, right?
I know.
Oh, she was able to hold his whole body.
I don't
weight
believe she has that strength.
By a piece of the thing that was unraveling. She's like twice. She's like twice. She's just so scrawny, and she was able to hold him from the rooftop by a thread.
She would have gone concrete diving.
What the hell's happening to me, Teague? Damn it!
It gets dumber and dumber. They're arguing about
are they here?
By the way, they're arguing about the fact that they're all dating these women. These women are arguing about their dating relationship.
Oh, so they're mimicking life.
Yeah, I know. A story we would love. A story we would love on Pornhub. A story we would love on Pornhub turned against us by YouTube. I mean, turned against us by Amazon. So, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. But if I had $150 in 1939, that would mean that... Do you know how much Harley Quinn's sessions cost adjusted for inflation, guys? You want to guess how much? 1939 money. You want to guess? $150. What do you think it's worth today? $150 in 1939 means that a session with Harley Quinn cost $3,366 in June 2024.
You know, Teague, there's a trend going on here. You ever notice that the more DEI it is, and the more it sucks, they're actually passively telling everybody that when all you focus on is the wrong things, that you should have very, very low to no expectations?
Problem here is that Whitey thinks he deserves a job and a place to live.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean, they're kind of showing the failure that is the things they're trying to push.
And the thing is that the show is not very high quality, so you have too much time to think. Like, my mind doesn't work this way, but when I'm exposed to them, of course it does. And, like, we used to be able to have... Let's make the Joker great again. You know, I mean, this is nonsensical. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't believe they did this.
First try.
Encyclopedia Brown. Goddamn. Look at this, guys. Magical thinking. Batman, the great detective. Well, maybe next they'll look through the binoculars. Look at that. Look at that. Barbara Gordon figured that out. It's William Hastings at 211 Cliffside. Thank God that that came out so clearly. Wow, these writers really worked overtime for a way for her to find that out. Wow, that was really good storytelling. At 13 minutes and 49 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and action. And by the way, we have an Afro-Latina playing the Afro-Latina and a white guy playing the white guy. We don't fuck around here. I'm seeing the tiles of the actors. The voice actors match it. So actor must match voice by race and gender. That's being done. Give yourself a DEI discount right there. Did the government just pay for this with all the DEI going on in this shit? Why does Barbara Gordon go alone to talk to super criminals that she suspects are mass murderers? Why would the district attorney represent Fletcher Deming when the district attorney doesn't have private clients? Oh, she's the public defender. There we go. They haven't been very clear on that. Why does the public defender need a gun then? She's the one on the criminal side. Wouldn't the DA need a gun? She like fires out the side of the car every once in a while. Like she can drive and shoot. She's kind of John Wick that way. She has all these skills you would never think a lawyer would have. Look at this. She's already wearing purple. Do we see where this is going? Is she going to turn into Batgirl outright? Or is that for season 2 that they're never getting? I wish we could get in touch with Batman and ask our Batman what he thought of the show. Cyrus, do you think you could get him on the Bat phone?
You know, I think if you went to show Batman this, you'd probably release the Joker on the people that made this stuff.
Yeah, I would Smilex gas the entire writers' room.
Don't forget to leave a smiling fish.
They're on a date. Oh my God, we're on a date. We're on a date, guys. We are watching lesbian dating
Waste
here.
of time.
Hot stuff. Both of these ladies are 2 tons of fun. I hope they reinforce the bed. Oh my God, it's 1939 and we've got openly gay women out on a date spending money. We had to put a date on this show. We couldn't just leave it alone. And welcome everybody. Please hit the like. Helps us out. I needed to get a meal yesterday and I was unable to get it because I had no likes.
Lame and stupid.
Oh, it is so stupid.
What I hate more is they're so blocky, and then they randomly put like
this
a thing in there that makes them try to look like more curvy,
edgy,
and it doesn't work.
Oh, the women? I thought you meant like how Batman, like he shows up and he looks as cool as fuck, but all he does is like walk around and look at things. Look, everyone's passive too. They were too cheap to animate reactions to Batman. None of them blinked, only one of them moved. Cheap animation. There was 5 people in that room. None of them blinked, only one of them moved. He was looking down. So here's Harley Quinn in her Harley Quinn outfit. Suddenly, she's not as overweight as she was, but she looks just, with the word just without any tone work, like dumpy. And then all of a sudden she's voluptuous again. It's like she's spiking and dropping like 35 pounds cut to cut. How many different people did this? How many different artists did this? She's inconsistent.
And here's the thing as well. No matter what, no matter how mistreated someone is, if they all had a weapon, they would probably immediately turn on her and end her. And they would have their freedom.
You need a roommate to cover the kind of rent that these guys pay every month or every week for therapy from Dr. Harley Quinn. Why is she turning to crime when she's one of the 1%ers who's one of the very, very richest people in all of Gotham? When will you ever stop falling for that? Oh my God, they used a joke from Avengers. Wow, Harley Quinn did not have a hard time with Batman at all, did she? Wow, she's giving Batman a good talking to. Who is the voice of Harley Quinn? It's fucking horrible. Insanity. Was that a space for a commercial? Did they think someone was going to buy this?
Somebody did. Because here we
No,
are
I
watching it.
what I mean was, do they think this was broadcast quality?
Well, there's definitely a bet.
It'd be hilarious if they did an ad for like animation school, but they use this series as an example of how not to do it.
So Jamie Chung is Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She's actually gorgeous. Jamie Chung was born and raised in California, born in 1992. Oh, wait. Wow, she was working in a sports bar when MTV held auditions for The Real World, and she was the hot bartender, so they gave her a job. She's from The Real World, and she was in a Veronica Mars episode. She must be someone's girlfriend, because she was born in April 10th, 1983, and her IMDb is minuscule. Actually, she's doing good from... She actually extensive from 06 through 17-18, 1 or 2 projects a year. Oh, God, she was in Aquafina as a young grandma. How was she playing a young grandma 5 years ago when she's like 38 now? Unprisoned Reunion, Junction, Justice League. So she's getting all this voice work even though she's hot. I guess she can't act. This is retarded.
So she's struggling with this, but not the huge dude from earlier.
Look how stoic she was with her life at risk. I'm not going to prison or Arkham. That was her verbal reaction. I am not going to prison or Arkham.
Not buying it.
Let's see. Let's go with the comments. Hello, Suzanne. Hi. I'm sorry I'm behind. Let me see if I can't catch up. I agree with this. And I agree that he's the best Batman, I think. I'm doing great. Batbill. Yes. Batwoman. I thought it was 2. Was the second season 2 parts?
I have no
There was
idea.
a 3rd season?
This one's got 10 episodes.
I thought it was like 10 episodes. There was like one season that had Ruby Rose and one season with the other Batwoman. Greetings, Craft Crusader. Exactly, he sucks. There's your Cosby link, X. Please like and follow, repost the stream on YouTube. Likes are great. You know what? The other episode just wants to play, so let me pause it for a moment. And what would be great for all of us is if during this little break between episodes, if you could jump out of the theater, jump into our rooms, give us a little engagement time, a little bit of viewership. It helps us out. It helps us to bring this to you. Bill, you've watched 2 episodes of this show. I've watched 4 or 5 in a row. This stuff is bad. I did not enjoy episode 1, and now we just saw episode 5. I didn't enjoy 2, 3, and 4. What did you think of 5?
Subpar.
Cyrus, I agree. Bill, what do you think of this episode 5?
What a heaping trial of it smells like doo-doo.
You know what? This is so gynocentric and misandrous that when you say doing a period piece, I have to wonder exactly what you mean. But always good to protect the little snow flurries from the nasty truth of history. I mean, yeah, no, I don't have a problem with the fact that they kind of whitewashed history because it is a Batman cartoon. It's just that they're like reveling in nonsensical versions of what happened. This is just too much. It's immersion breakingly wrong. This is like Space Leia. And hello, Suzanne. It's good to see you. And she says hello to you too, Cyrus.
Wait, who does?
Our friend Suzanne.
I don't know if I remember the name offhand, but hello.
All you gotta do is say hello back. It's easy. She's badass grandma on Twitter. You know her. She's totally cool. A small car was around 800 to 1,000, so 150 is about 4,500 or so. That was great off the top of the head, and probably is a valid guess because all we have is the extrapolation of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, but our taxes pay for it, so must be true. The government said it. Bruce Timm was actually quoted as saying that the change from he to she Penguin was because Batman's rogue gallery isn't very good. Wait a minute. One of the things they said when they made the DC Snyderverse after the Nolanverse was, now we can explore the richness of all the DC villains. DC has the villains, Marvel has great heroes, but DC has this great rogues gallery that's 80 years old. How, Bruce Timm doesn't seem to know Batman. Because if he did, in that quote, he would have said, despite the reputation, Batman doesn't have the best villains. And it would have been controversial, but he would have sounded like he knew what was going on. Be great if there were more women. Gee, Bruce, Amnesia, Red Claw, Talia, exactly. Dolly, exactly. Remember Jamie Chung was in Dragon Ball Evolution? She was Chi-Chi. Okay. Was that a voice role, or was she
What's that?
live action? She has a hot body, man. I mean, in her IMDb, she was hot.
I forgot that movie ever existed.
You know what? So did Jamie Chung. Is glad. Jamie Chung just texted me and said she was very happy to hear you forgot that movie existed. Real Harley, glad that wasn't me. That bitch was crazy. Real Harley Quinn would have iced this Harley Quinn so quickly. This Harley Quinn was so stoic. She only spoke like this. She reminds me of another character that I know that Bill loves. Bill is a heapingly huge fan. And I mean, I don't know how to describe the level of huge, just absolutely huge fan. A huge fan of the show The Acolyte. And I know that he loved that robot. Okay? And I know that he was very into the girl power in that show. So, Outlaw Bill, I mean, how do you think so far for this Harley Quinn? Did she measure up to Acolyte level power, right? Or was it more like Ahsoka? Because no matter what, she had one tone of voice. She reminded me of one specific character from the Acolyte. What do you think if I say that this Harley Quinn reminded me of Master Finestra? The Nepo hire from Acolyte, the green pickle lady.
Did you say green pickle lady?
Oh yeah, Master Finestra in J.J. Abrams. Well, I'm sorry, not J.J. In J.J. Abrams' adjacent show written by people who were trained by J.J. Abrams or his flunkies. They have Master Finestra is the wife of the writer, director, creator of the Acolyte. Wait, I got it. Acolyte! Hey, PDB, what's going on? It sounds like it's still garbage. It's really bad. I don't know how free you are, but I will X you.
It's another example of DEI just being given somebody else's property and ruining it.
They were totally chest bumping when they realized that they had doubled down the DEI opportunity where they're like, our Chief Gordon is black, and they're like, he's got a daughter, and they're like, what if his never seen wife is Latino? Like, oh, we just did two for make her gay. And it's just like they're all like dancing around, laughing, and like like congratulating each other and like chest bumping, like the Knicks are like at the end of a playoff game. It's absolutely fucking insane that people would want to do this. PDB, you now have a pass. Should you want to join us here, we'll give you a couple of minutes to make up your mind on that one. I mean, I'm not saying it's a great show, but we have now seen more than half of Batman Woke Loser. And hey, Road to Wisdom, it's good to see you. Hello to you, and welcome to our show. You watched the whole series, you liked it. No crime, no crime. Listen, welcome to our show. You get our perspective on why we are not so far enjoying it that much. Bill, not exactly loving it. I, not exactly loving it. And I would have to say that I am not exactly head over heels about the way they're doing it. It's not fun. It's not good. It doesn't particularly make sense. It stretches credulity, and it just uses magical thinking. Batman does some sleuthing. It consists of Batman edgily walking down a dark hallway, opening a door, and we see Batman's shadow in a room with a desk. Then we cut to the desk and see that there are papers laid out on it with exposition, aka this is evidence of a crime. Batman walks over to the desk and looks at the desk. He does not take a photograph like Batman would normally do. He just looks at the desk. Picks up a piece of paper. Turns out the piece of paper on top is exactly what he needed to look at. Just looks at that piece of paper. He's got it. Puts the piece of paper immediately down. This takes place in less than 1 second. He then walks over to a bookcase. He knows exactly which bookcase to go to. He reaches around, moves his hand up and down just a little in one panel, finds the button immediately. Now, Cyrus, there are great detectives and there are intuitive investigators, but what do you think of Batman looking directly at where the hidden like portal button would be? First of all, knowing that there would definitely be a secret passage, looking at the wall, suspecting that he would find the secret passage, walking there and self-satisfyingly finding it immediately, opening it and walking in, that's 3 seconds. Is that a story? He walks into a room, he picks up a piece of paper, he looks at it, he knows the guy's evil. We know he's evil because he looks at the guy's paper. It's Harley's shit, right? Looks at the wall, sees there are no books on any of the bookshelves, walks over, immediately finds the button, the wall slides open, walks in, it's a house of horrors. What do you think of that as storytelling? That's in the course of 3 to 5 seconds.
I think the image takes care of my response.
I'm sorry, I had to turn off the thing to laugh. PDB is going to say don't watch BoJack Horseman, but I think it's the funniest show about depression ever. The episode with Neil McBeal, the Navy SEAL, is great. And let's see. Road to Wisdom, people don't like the gender swap. I thought it was very interesting to see how Batman began. Here's the problem, Road to Wisdom. And by the way, if you're enjoying it, you enjoyed it, and welcome to our watch party. I'm really glad to see you here. But the gender swap, doesn't it seem gratuitous when the Penguin is so stupid? She has a gun mounted on top of her ship that people had to tell me was an umbrella. It wasn't very well rendered. The Batman is being stalked by a police force that has a Batman pasteboard that has the word Batman spelled BA-T-MAN. That's about how far they got on it. The board in the office looks it's covered with stupidity. Someone had to take hours to draw that. They didn't think about what would be on it. Someone had to take however much time to draw this desk. Maybe the animation CGI low effort and easy. Ooh, there's our pal the Penguin. But as we've slowed this down and looked at it and we've examined the stories in the episode with the Penguin. If you don't want the gender swap to be a big deal, can we get a good story where the Penguin isn't firing on a city in front of a bunch of people who live in that city who never report the crime to the police? How are the police baffled by the naval shelling of their city from their own harbor? We see it's inside of the city. We see it's inside of the people on our boat. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I don't see how it holds up as it's logical. It's tough. It's cool that you liked it, but it looks cool. Like the illustrations are cool. Batman looks cool, but like I think I just kind of described the problem. Okay, the gender swap. We've mentioned the gender swap. We're not like focused on it. We're more like how dumb the Penguin was and how dumb the Penguin's plan was and how like the police and Batman can't figure out that it's a naval shelling. In 1939, at the brink of war, they had to make sure it was a naval shelling. And this is the other thing. It is when Batman began. So Bruce Wayne's persona is to act corrupt and bribe the cops. Oh, it's the Burgess Meredith Penguin. We got to get him up here somehow in a better position here. There we go. We move him around. You know what? Imagine a vampire Batman period piece. Ooh, yeah. You know what? He would have liked the other show, the Acolyte, and he would have pulled the thread and used what was on the other end of it as a tea bag. This is Batman Year One, but they don't admit it. It is. I get where you're coming from. Here's the thing. You don't need to be Batman to figure out the city's being shelled from sea within sight of the city. There are hundreds of fucking witnesses to every attack. She sings in her nightclub and then dances. Men think she's sexy. She's a monster. She's the most desirable thing in the world. I don't know what they're trying to say with that. So forget the gender swap. How about the lack of taste? So you as a man think that you would be like, taking your back foot and you would be taking your foot and scratching yourself behind your ear like a hound dog over that Penguin, like those guys were. They were hot under the collar. They were drooling. They were sweating. It was ridiculous. Body positivity Penguin was a joke. The last episode sets up season 2. The villain sounds very sinister. You know what? Roads of Wisdom, between you and me, from what we've heard, this original buyer didn't want this. And so what happened was someone like Netflix said, fuck that, no. And it got bought by Amazon. And they did something that's always a little suspicious. They did it with Fallout. And I think it's because they lack confidence and the show just turned out to be good. But they dropped it all at once. Cyrus, the immediate drop of all episodes, what is that seen as in the streaming world, in your opinion? And extrapolate for a moment.
What are you seeking out of the question here? Just what I thought of the series? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm saying, like, when we have something like an Amazon limited run series or a streaming show, and instead of
Amazon, you already know.
Well, you know what? Here's the weird thing about Amazon. It could be okay because the thing is this. They don't have a film studio. They don't have, like, a creative coordinator. What happens is they have a guy who sits in a room in an office with a desk, and you walk in, and he says, what do you want? You're like, I make movies. And
you know what? PDB nailed it. That comment nailed it.
Let's see, which one?
The most recent.
Let me just let me just make sure I star my comment, and then I move down to the most recent one. And then I'll work back to the middle. Let's see. If they if you make him gay, he's Fruit Batman. Well, Batman is not gay, but the thing is, we never allow more than one man in frame. If they are, they're running to get out of frame. When we saw more than one man in frame, we had 2 women helping each other. They were being strong and powerful while the men panicked in the background. So we had 1 for 1, man for woman in the frame. But as the fire spreads, the men run away and the women stay to do the right thing. So that's about as close as we're going to get to any kind of bravery. If something's gone wrong, you had better find a woman fast or you're going to die. I'm sure they'll find a way to screw it up too, but it's stupid they didn't just do Batgirl cartoon to fuse the 2 failed ideas, the live-action Batwoman show and the mandate for a cartoon reboot. See, here's the thing, they did do that in the Firebug one, but like Batwoman, she doesn't put on her costume so far as I can tell. And this show is a real snooze fest. I fell asleep during a couple episodes. I started every one, but I fell asleep a couple of times. Dragon Ball Evolution is meme-worthy terrible. It's like Twilight tier drama, Mortal Kombat from what I've heard. I have heard a few things about that movie too. Yeah, too bad they weren't bold enough to come up with original characters. They needed more villainesses. Oswalda Cobblepot, like it's like Victor Victoria, Oswalda. I don't know what they're doing. Let's see. It was more fun in the 70s watching Batmite. In my review, I say that you will be begging for Batmite over Batgirl. But that Batgirl was a sneaky, clever crime fighter.
Well, at this point, they would turn everybody a certain way. Let's not get Batmite until they fix their crap.
Batmite will be a furry. He'll be an actual human who identifies as Batmite. Yeah. This is really, it looks really cool. It's just that JJ can't write a story. Like, I'm being honest, and I don't know if Bill wants to answer it too, but Cyrus, when Batman walks up to the desk, immediately finds the document, and then just walks over to the wall and finds the secret passage immediately, how about this one? Batman walks to a file cabinet, opens it up, there's nothing. We see him looking through things, maybe a name or two, nothing worth grabbing, but maybe a name, tease somebody, right? Walks over to the desk, there's some papers. Opens up the drawer, looks through, and opens up an envelope, a manila envelope. Inside, there's the information we need. It's not just sitting on top with the other incriminating stuff. Then, God forbid, he takes a photograph of it and puts it back so the criminal doesn't know that he's been there. And then, starts feeling around the sides of the wall. And we see something to let us know that time has gone by, a clock moving. And then we see him open up the wall with ease. How about, did I improve the story or did I fuck it up? I would have doubled the length from 5 seconds to 10, or I would have tripled it from 5 seconds to 15. He walks into the room, sees what he got to see, walks to the wall, opens it up, and is in the torture chamber in 5 seconds or less. In Batman, it's Batman year one. Batman has a photographic memory, Batman is the greatest detective ever. He has studied all aspects of criminal activities. Come on, bro. Batman is a genius. If he was a genius, wouldn't he get evidence for the police to put this criminal away for good rather than counting on the idea that he could beat her when we find out that he can't? So he's not that smart. He loses to Harley Quinn. She beats him very easily. While Batman and I appreciate Road to Wisdom, please, do not feel that I'm being anything but fair. I'm reading your comments. I'm just, this is my perspective. If Batman was a genius, how come Harley Quinn beat him so easily? It took Bill, was it 15 seconds? Cyrus, how long did it take her to beat him? She sent 4 people after him, but they were drooling maniacs. What did it take? 10 seconds tops.
No tools from the Batman?
Yeah, he had no tools of his own. He didn't have a bat gas mask. I get this is year one, so maybe that... Okay, he didn't have a gas mask.
Yeah, this is year one. This is piss poor excuse for year one. Basically, it's kind of like everything else. It's L's in space, but except now it's on Earth, and now it's in the universe of Batman. Same thing. Different freaking title.
I'm deeply inclined to agree, and I'd also say this, Batman presented as a genius has to then follow through on that by being something of a genius. This Batman, he has conveniently found everything. Part of being a genius would be that Batman would show some guile and not be trapped so easily, and that the fight would go on longer, but that might make Batman look powerful. Let's see. Road to Wisdom says, I didn't care for the Catwoman episode and the Firebug episode. This show shows violence, death, and used profanity. They used the word goddamn. You were shocked on that one. I am a little shocked at the profanity, but that has been the secret hideout, bad robot, lazy writing crutch. That's the power of effing math. Batmite, he has one moment in the animated series where he's great because the guy who created him is the guy who creates the replicant toys in Blade Runner. Do you remember the Batmite we saw in the animated series for 10 seconds? Be my friend, be my friend, be my... And he's like, ah! And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Batman. I haven't quite finished perfecting these toys. And he's like, you and your creations... But we do get Batmite for 1 second in Batman, the animated series. It's great. Google it. Batmite, the animated series. They treated it exactly the way it should be treated, and it's fun. It's fun. That show had the ability to laugh at itself. So, Admiral Teague, how bad is Batweird, the cucked Crusader? Well, if he hadn't conveniently lucked into the solution to most of his problems so far, he would really be fucked. but thankfully he's got plot armor to keep him from being dumb. We see a sanitized 1939, but no one's overly upset about that because it's almost high fantasy. The art looks good, but we've messed up a few characters. Like Montoya was like Batman was. See, the Batman animated series it's so pre-woke. It's over years before there's woke. There's some stuff made later, but most of it's so pre-woke, and like. So for a long time, we see Bullock, and then after a while, Cyrus, do I have this right? We see Bullock a few times before we see Montoya, right? I love that. That's my
the only Bullock
Joker.
I like so far is the CW series around Batman. I think they just called that one Gotham. Although of course,
they one with Jada Pinkett Smith. Now I'm the Joker too.
Yeah,
now I'm Joker too. How
but
do you
they
like
did
that? Yeah,
some good in that. Where some of it was pretty good, the rest of it was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Same
so instead
shit,
of
different time.
You know what? If you wanted the Penguin so bad, you brought up Gotham. Why not just have Fish Mooney be the female bad guy and have her working for the Penguin? This way, you don't have the Penguin out of commission in episode 1 of Batman Year One. And Batman, by the way, if he's a genius, he would probably want people to get arrested and not, just he broke into that office. He himself is committing crimes. Doesn't he need himself to gather crimes to give to the media, if not the police, to compel an investigation, right? Am I wrong, guys? Well, I did try that little
silence can break
some
damn ice.
I was like, I can wait. I'm like, no, now it's dead air. I gotta talk. Okay, so let's see. Vanilla omelet, yeah, vanilla envelope, vanilla omelet. It would be real serious crime to figure out in 19. That would be the real and serious crime to figure out in 1939. The naval shelling, or this kooky thing with the shrink that we just saw, because that was out of control. And radioactive hails you, Outlaw Bill. Let's see. Batman always catches the bad guy and they escape. He keeps going in a revolving door. That's not new. Remember, Christian Bale Batman had issues after he was trained by the League of Shadows. I would agree that is a problem with Batman. And who is it that points it out? The only superhero property of the last 3 years that got no criticism that everyone loved. What was the John Cena one called? I'm blocking on it. I saw the Suicide Squad movie with him in it. I just can't remember the name of his movie.
Oh, I forget. I know what you're talking about. But the costume was so freaking weird. Because you are talking about where he's a CW character, right?
Peacemaker.
Yeah. Weird costume.
See that? I almost let that pause get pregnant.
I wouldn't.
Nah, it's a weird costume.
King Shark movie, to be honest.
King Shark was the most interesting one of them, and he was played by a mocap actor and voiced by Sylvester Stallone. My mom enjoyed that part of the movie. I ain't got no friends. She's like, this is funny. Batman always catches the bad guy in this. You were right about Batman. Point taken. Sorry, Cyrus, go ahead.
Didn't he focus on it was a bird, not a squirrel. He's a bird. I think I can find that one sec.
When he first becomes Batman, there's a learning curve and a lot of trial and error. It takes him a minute to become the badass genius we know him to be. Look, I'm just looking for average intelligence here, bro. Batman has gotten lucky, and Batman has killed already, okay? Maybe a couple of times. We saw him kill right away. Without hesitation, he took the easy path. This guy was fighting him and getting the better of him, and then Batman just, kind of shoves the guy away and gets some distance on him. The guy comes running at Batman. It was like Batman set him up for it. Batman grabs him, drops on his back, takes his foot, gets it in the center of his chest, right in his sternum, and kerplunks him right into the water. I mean, we are talking murder. We're talking murder. Let me see. You know what? I have video of this that I painstakingly wove together for all of you because I love you so much. Let me show you some of these. How quickly Batman kills this guy. Batman can't solve the case of the improved female penguin shelling the city from the sea. I mean, if she had a submarine, I mean, anything. But it was so blatantly dumb. There was no regard. I mean, she just shells the city. She just shells the city. It's so the Firebug one, I guess, was done to support the Batgirl show that they thought they would have that didn't come to fruition, or the Batgirl movie. So here we go. Let's see, where are we at? Let's move over here, and that pulls up a nice video screen here, and I can just present this one. I did a little montage of the action. I made a video about the show, and I reviewed it. And as you can imagine, my review was not very favorable, but like, here we go. This is like your action montage. It took so long to cobble together this much action even from the show. But these are all from different episodes, and you can see it sort of happening here for you. Let me share it. So, of course, when Batman's young, he's a psycho. The only episode that really focuses on Batman, he's a child who has like night terrors and talks to Pennyworth about how he's going to kill everybody. He's completely nuts. Look at those eyes. 500,000 yard stare. That Batman, like at 12 years old, had already done tour in Nam. Body positivity, Harley Quinn here, owning Batman and talking shit to him. I mean, this is supposed to be good. This is Batman's cause and effect. Look at that. Look at that. This is Batman's cause and effect. This is how Batman saves people. Cyrus, tell me what you think of this. Do you get what's going on here?
Not really, but I just noticed King Vegeta's comment there. Thankfully, it's not Dean Winchester voicing this shit. To be honest, I mean, it's already pretty bad, so it would be funny if they did that.
There's a bunch of people stuck in a burning building. Batman jumps down a shaft, looks around, and immediately finds a fucking laundry basket full of towels. This is how we solve that problem, watch. Burning building, no big deal. This is how we attack the city. Watch this. So the burning building, no big deal. It'll be fine. And here's how we attack the city. Let's see if we can take a look at it again. Do we see the buildings behind the ship? So this is his valiant rescue. He runs away first and finds out everyone else will be okay. So look, there's all sorts of boats around it, tugboats that move it around. It's the Iceberg Lounge, it's a showboat. There's all sorts of people in there. And look at the gun on top of the ship. That's allegedly an umbrella. That's allegedly disguised as an umbrella. That's an umbrella. And no one can figure that out. And what the hell is that?
Blue Jays outpost.
Yeah, if you want to deal with that ship real quickly, just put Tom Hanks on there.
Now let's watch Batman murder somebody for fun, like real quick. I'm pretty sure it's here. Edgelord Batman, just he kills somebody for fun.
That ain't Batman.
It's not Batman. It's no Batman that we ever know. Like, and who are these people they have playing the Penguin? You gotta really wonder where these guys are coming from. But like, there's a lot of style and absolutely no substance in this. Like, a lot of it really does look good. They check every box but the box that says be entertaining. And you know, this is Batman trying to look. This is our hero Batman. Look at him trying to figure out the case of the body positive of the new improved female. Look at how hard it is for him to figure. There's the river, right? There's the river right in front of Batman's face. And I guess the green areas are where the bombs are falling or whatever. I don't know. They didn't bother marking the impact sites. And Batman's been told he needs to take a break because he's been out at night and day. He can't figure this out. There's the river. There's the attacks. Genius Batman. Now, I realize that he's supposed to be year one, but this is below average intelligence Batman. And when he does figure it out, he figures it out well enough to go there to watch a shell land in front of him. He's like, maybe if I go wait at the impact zone. What a fucking asshole. And who do we owe all this to? I mean, look at this.
About mystery that I seem to be drawn to.
That mystery box, the mystery box. Yeah.
His TED talk isn't that long, but you get 3 hours worth of information because he's so wired. Yeah, and his stupid mystery box. I'm going to like create a fake one. I'm not buying one off eBay. And inside it, it'll have like the lightsaber that I no longer have any interest in that I got. Like, oh look, yeah, it's Firebug. He's edgy. He's edgy. It's a mystery. No one can write a mystery. It's not like dozens of network TV shows last for decades, opening and closing and paying off a mystery box every week, like CSI and NCIS. It's J.J. Abrams will never be an effective mystery writer. He's failed and failed and failed and failed. And this is what he wants to write. That's all he wants to write. He wants like the steady paycheck of an NCIS thing. And I guess he decided writing NCIS is easy and for idiots. Can't get the job. He can't get his mystery franchise. He's been trying to be Rian Johnson since before Rian Johnson figured out how to be Rian Johnson. It's ridiculous. So that's most of the action from the Batman show. I mean, it's that bad. At any rate, let's get ready. Thank you guys all so much for piling into the studio for a few minutes. Let's go ahead and watch this 25-minute and 40-second episode of Batman Cape Crusader. It's fucked up how they're exactly the same length. It's like they had to run to the end and didn't care. There was nothing left to say. This show tries to be really profound while saying nothing at all. That's my take on it. You guys tell me. Here we go. Let me make sure the subtitles are on. They return off the subtitles after every showing. It's ridiculous. Here we go. Just don't tell me what kind of music this is, you fuckheads. So these cops are caricatures of right-wing people. Oh my God, the cops believe in law and order. They had to criticize the government, though.
What is this Scooby-Doo now?
Something tells me this piece of shit is their original villain. Episode 6 is called Night Ride, so. You know, of all times in all history of the world, you got to be alive at the same time as J.J. Abrams, guys.
This really is like a ripoff of Scooby-Doo.
What the hell am I watching? Am I watching Scooby-Doo or Batman?
Yeah, he's weirdly Victorian like Trelane from Star Trek.
It's like they ripped
the best part of every episode.
They ripped off one of the modern Scooby-Doos where they had like the Headless Horseman and other ghosts that were kind of like from that era. Like, come on, man. Oh, Teague, I got a joke for you while we're going through this.
God, the world's edgiest opening. You'd think this is the best show ever. What's the joke? Go ahead.
Here's something a little more edgy. In People's Republic of California, grass smokes you. If you don't get the joke, it's because it's always on fire.
Okay, that is a good joke. I like that one. Batman has already been mandated to anger management therapy. Everyone else was allowed to talk to the cops at their place of residence or on the phone, but Bruce Wayne was dragged down to the police station and grilled, where he offered the cop a bribe in front of other cops. Notice how Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne are almost indistinguishable, and a lot of other people said this. The animation style is different. They use different style animation, but have you noticed how everyone basically looks like Slater from Archer? All like white males kind of look like Slater from Archer, or women.
Don't ruin Archer for me.
Archer is a pretty good show, and the art approach is closer to this than
you want
than
ants?
you would think.
Because this is how you get ants.
That's right. Phrasing. Archer's mother is a better villain than we've had so far in this show. Harvey Dent has been a dick to everyone every time he's seen them, all the time, no matter what, and now he's moral out of nowhere. He was a sexist piece of shit to fucking Barbara Gordon, even though her dad's police commissioner. Something odd. I can't figure out the city's being shelled from the river. Why'd they go to the west side of the city to steal the money that was on the west side of the city, Cyrus? Who would go to the money to steal it? All the great criminals wait for the money to come for them, Cyrus. Hey, Blue Jay Outpost. Hello, my friend. Hello, Mark Arctis, where the battleship-sized shell even came from. Yeah, they're blowing whole buildings apart. Hiya, King Vahida. Hello, sir. Thankfully, that's not Dean Winchester voicing this shit exactly. Remember, he had Lucius Fox to get a lot of his equipment and learn what worked and what didn't. Remember, he had Alfred and went through several different cals till he got it right. He has Pennyworth. He doesn't treat Alfred nice at all. That idea was just offered to him. They have majorly altered the lore here, where Alfred and Batman are close from the time Batman is young, because Batman is like because Alfred is simply nice enough to love Batman. That just doesn't work here. Batman's unlovable. I did not like the young Batman episode. Is really damaging. Talk to you later, man. Yeah, he's got echolocation. The Penguin. No, wait. He said he. He's a bat. Maybe JJ thinks he's got echolocation. Batman and Wonder Woman were having an affair. The whole point of Tarantino's mystery box, the successful one, was that it didn't matter to the audience. The characters might find it important, but the audience never has to care. When he does it right, sometimes Quentin Tarantino doesn't give a shit. But I mean, I will say this. Quentin Tarantino, when he says, I'm going to engage you with these amazing images and show you a story that's going to interest you, at the end, if it doesn't make sense, the other things are still true. He kind of has become only beholden to David Lynch level rules. Gentleman Jim's Ghost, get the Super Friends to borrow the rods of Merlin. Yes. Batman Year One, or not as trained for years, or how not to let emotions get the better of him. So he swung at a guy on purpose to get sentenced to anger management. I think he just had to go there because he was a dick anyway. On a scale of Ray Palpatine to Mikey Spock, how would you rate Batwoke? See, he can't get shit done. He's a lot more like Finn or Poe because he's male. I don't know, Cyrus. What do you think of this Batman so far? He's detecting for the first time now.
Oh, honestly, I am very bored by just watching this.
Yeah, he's barely Batman. And by saying, like the mistake they made was they're like, we kept saying that our slow, confusing The Batman Matt Reeves movie, and Matt Reeves is in on this, was good because he was a detective. So if he's a detective in this, people will like it. Yes.
While we're dealing with this boredom here, when you're comparing California and Hell, what are the similarities and what's the difference between the two?
Well, Hell is 20 minutes from Boston. I don't know about California. It's a lot further away.
They're both constantly on fire. They're both places of sin.
Yeah.
However, Hell doesn't have high housing costs.
No, I would rather live in Hell than this Boston. At least there'd be some straight people there. I firmly believe Archer's real father was Race Bannon. I think we've met Archer's real father. Isn't he he's like eye patch guy from who's also a spy and also kind of an idiot. I think we've met the guy, or at least like Archer thinks it's his father, and so does Archer's mother, but she's an idiot too. She's a better villain than anyone in this show. Finally, Batman detecting. So I know when I think Batman, I think sitting in a library talking to a fat old lady. Don't you guys?
Really, Wilma, not Velma? And it's Scooby-Doo-esque episode. They might as well just call her Velma.
What kind of person is this? She's like, I remember when your parents were killed and you would come here. It's like, what the fuck? The new 52 comics, says Daniel's Hot Topics. Superman left Lois Lane and went with Wonder Woman, and the fans hated it. I think Wonder Woman is a better fit for Superman. It would make sense, but it begs like the idea of like a super offspring. Like people would then want that. And, they botched Superman's life so badly. He was in like a gulag and got like graped by a good dude. Oh my God! Wait, we've got to get that back. That is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard. This is. Well, what I think is funny about this is one, we know people who are exactly like this because we could say this about a few people we know. But, oh my God. So here we go. I'm going to do this. This is how crappy it looks. It looks really crappy. Here we go. Let me share the screen.
I cannot believe they went there. They went there. Holy shit.
Elaborate, my friend.
Oh, what they're doing in the show.
What the Craddock is? He believed that wealth was his right.
Was his right,
and he blamed democracy for his misfortune. And look what they're burning. Not the Constitution. They went for the one that has freedom of speech and freedom to bear arms in it.
Bring in the Space Marines.
These people
There's
are
heresy afoot.
fuckwits. And hey, King Vegeta, hello. I'm sorry that I'm behind here. I know I said hello to you already before, but I'm sorry. Let's see, Batman and Wonder Woman having. Oh, we got to this one. Okay, wait. The whole point of yeah, the audience doesn't have to care. Yeah, the Super Friends are better. I read that one. See, I get the idea that Batman Year One has less capabilities than other Batman, but where did they tell us it was Year One? They released this, and then people were like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we don't get it. Like, why is he such a puss? Well, how come he's inept? And they're like, oh,
yeah, they get going, dude.
You gonna bail?
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, you're allowed to slide on down the bat pole. We're not beaming anyone off this one.
Right,
Talk to you later, Cyrus. I'll see you soon. Sorry that we can't give you better Batman. This
you could, but it would be something older. Anyway, see you later.
This is allegedly Batman.
J.J. Jar Jar Abrams is garbage.
The idea he believed he was entitled to wealth and fortune, so he was a capitalist, but he couldn't get it. So he blamed democracy for his fortunes. It's so heavy-handed. It's so our democracy. Yep, that's you know what? For one frame of a fucking cartoon made for dumb adults, and I mean dumb adults. And if we had JJ here, he'd be so self-relating about how great he thinks this is. Hey, Dave, say hi there, buddy. Let's see, World War II. Wonder Woman may fit Superman, but not Clark Kent. Lois is a necessary link to Clark's humanity. I agree. That makes sense too. Yeah. Wonder Woman and Batman almost had some kind of chemistry in the Joss Whedon version of Justice League. It's the only time the Joss Whedon Justice League, and neither are good. And the Zack one still might be better, but maybe if we could edit both of them together, we could make a non-terrible one. In the Joss Whedon one, that's the Justice League where we see Batman. He's got a lot of bruising and scarring, and he's trying to crack his neck and his arm. And Wonder Woman comes up behind him and uses her super strength to pop his arm back in place, pop his shoulder back in, and helps him crack his back, and it's shows a maternal sort of human interest in him. And that's the only time we ever saw her do any of that shit. And of course, it was Joss Whedon now on Me Too Island. Let's see. Sometimes I think Superman would be better if he weren't immortal, still invincible, but here for a good time, not a long time. He ages though. We've seen older Superman. I think I know what you mean though. He's impervious. Death of Superman. Gimmick plots are dumb, but if, say, Kryptonians burned up their long lifespans by using their powers under our yellow sun, it might give Superman slightly stronger stakes. That's a great idea that I can't believe no one's come up with. I wonder if that's been one of Superman's things. I bet you some Superman variants have probably used that. Basically, it's every vampire's weakness, but that's Superman. He gets all powerful under our yellow sun. And hail to Dave C.
Hey, Dave C.
David Lopez.
Hello, David.
You saw him. Batman giving up his pride to sing for Wonder Woman's sake in Justice League Unlimited was priceless. Outlaw Bill greets Road to Wisdom, who I think has bounced. But welcome back, Jedi Bill. We're ready for episode 2 of our 2-episode doubleheader here of Batman Woke Loser. We're actually watching it right now. It's a bad show. It's boring and slow, and the best news is that there's only about 11 minutes left before we hit credits. And then I think we'll be good on this. So we're at 11:40 on our time count if you want to watch later. And we're going on 3, 2, 1, and action.
He blamed democracy for his misfortunes.
He blamed democracy for his misfortunes. When he fell far enough, he became a highwayman. But James Craddock was no Robin Hood. The opposite, in fact. He stole from the poor to give for himself.
So they appropriated the name from Rogue One.
When they finally caught him, he was hanged at the Old Town Gallows.
She just knows everything off that. Why did he bother reading instead? Why not just ask her?
I never got to tell you how sorry I was for what happened.
Oh.
Getting capped to 100 years. Yeah, I mean, I like that. But I think he is capped like 100 years.
Is Lucius in? This is Bruce Wayne.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne.
Mine or Bill's?
Mr. Fox is finalizing the details of a land
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What?
I left the video on. I wonder if we're still on YouTube. That was a major problem we'll have to fix later. Still live. How do you like that? Thank you. How long? It was about 35, 45 seconds. It wouldn't be too bad. Is it? That is weird. People can hear the audio. Mine is only in my headphones. Bill, do you have your speakers on and your mic open or something?
No, I have headphones on.
Oh, you know what it was? Dave probably wasn't looking at the device and didn't realize that we had we left it on for a few seconds. Cool. We might not be in trouble. Wonder Woman or Supergirl, probably go for Wonder Woman. Yeah, why not? This will have a slight edit for it now. Thank you. Yeah, it was me. It was me. I left it on screen. So we're at 13 minutes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and action. Okay, so this guy's his descendant. How do you ruin the family name for centuries when we've only been here for 2? This is so dumb. He did what he did in 1782. About how long was it? Melissa Benoist was a pretty well-written Supergirl as far as they didn't make her optimist. They didn't make her pessimistic asshole like that Batwoman. This, I mean, it's so Scooby-Doo. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna remember to turn it off this time. This is our bad guy. Look how lame.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo-ish. I don't know if we're watching a Batman or a Scooby-Doo episode.
I know what's gonna happen next. Oh, why would he ever dodge Batman? Maybe he's not real. Well, we'll find out. He looks like an apparition, but he can pack a punch, and it wasn't his descendant because they're there at the same place, same time. Now he can appear and disappear. Why? How? Why? How? Wait, this guy's a legit ghost? I mean, how come he has Mysterio-like powers of evasion? And he just froze Batman's hands solid? I've never heard of Craddock before.
What the hell? He just retreats? What the hell?
He was kicking the fuck out of Batman. He's like, I'm going to leave now. Would it be 1789 then? 1782 they start writing it. 1787 they ratify it. But it had a Bill of Rights which came before the ratification. 1782 to 1939 is like 150 years. It's 750 years. No, 100. Wait. It's 150 years. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Did you know that Melissa Benoist was abused by her former husband, and that's why she divorced him? At the time, she would not say why she dumped his ass. Turns out she revealed he beat her. I hope that she is okay. When I saw Melissa Benoist on the Stephen Colbert show, I went to a filming with some friends from out of town. Why does this guy have double pierced ears? Linton Midnight.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's like it's RuPaul, but when RuPaul dresses as a dude, and wears like a suit. Why would a ghost be stealing money? This is stupid. This is really dumb. I didn't know Melissa Benoist had that problem. I'm glad she's okay. I'd like to hear the other side of the story, though. I hope there's due process. Did she show pictures? He chased her to the bathroom and she locked the door to get away from him. She was crying when she revealed this. She's an actress. Founding fathers were evil colonialists. Yeah, they showed them burning the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was written while they were trying to ratify the Constitution to get people to realize that they wouldn't be bound only by the Constitution, because there was some shit they forgot, like, yeah, y'all can have, like, you know, a gun. Y'all can gather in public. Hey, boo, my God, only 3 minutes has gone by? It felt like 40. Batman and Harvey Dent look almost exactly the same. They had to. This is a better story for Solomon Grundy. Oh God, where do I find a nobleman? Oh, I'm a nobleman. Oh, Jesus Christ, Batman revealed again that he's never been nice to the man who raised him. We saw a child Batman screaming and yelling at Alfred, calling him by his last name. Is that Batman's arc, that by the end he accomplishes nothing except through luck and happenstance, but starts calling Alfred, Alfred? He's reading a spell. And Alfred is doing... He gets Alfred to cut his own... He gets Alfred to cut his hand. Oh, he needs noble blood. Why is Batman doing black magic? What the fuck is this? This is being a detective? Whoa, they're not kidding. It's really a ghost? Come on! Batman thinks he's a ghost. What do you think of this, Bill?
I think it's Juby, whatever. Bushy.
Since when does Batman fight ghosts? He's like, oh, I bought a Velma script from Mindy. We'll just change it. The difference between this and Scooby-Doo is I expected it in Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo is kind of good. Not Velma, Scooby-Doo. Wow, so this time Batman just sets a piece of paper on fire, and that's his tough guy solution. What a great detective, huh? Oh, what? Yeah, I saw. I remember this from last time. This is the point where I woke up and like turned off the monitor before I fell back asleep. I was like, "This is fucking stupid." It got dumber. Men can't communicate, so the psychopathic man is going to tell Batman that Alfred loves him, is what I predict. You got a guess? Jaws the Revenge is better than this, but yes, I've never seen it. And I hear it's awful. But I've seen the house it paid for, and the house is beautiful. So Mr. Tim, new home. Yeah, I don't know if they did that well off this one. They probably did get a big free, but there'll be no season 2. This didn't make sense. I guess JJ can keep threatening to do it. No one can stop him from pretending he will, but there's very little substance to this show. I don't know. What did you think, Bill?
I really don't know what to think of this show yet. It's crazy.
Things slowly unfold, but it doesn't seem to have events, right?
Very convoluted. It's all over the board. It's all over the place.
Yeah, now he's going to be nice to Alfred out of nowhere for no reason. Because of, like, earlier in the episode, they mentioned you're a dick who's mean to the help. Like, we hadn't noticed that. It's way too late for Batman. Batman, as a child, should have cried in Alfred's arms while he held him and said, you know, there's still people who love you, Bruce. You know, that they couldn't give us that. They gave us psychopath asshole Batman, and what is Flash dressed up as a ghost? Is that Flash? No, okay, that's crazy. A boon for a boon. What does that even mean? Oh, so he trapped the spirit of the evil bad guy in the test tube for reasons through magical bullshit. There's no reason he was able to do it. It happened because it did not happen. Oh my god. Oh, I hope the credits are long because I want this to end now. See, it looks cool though. Look at this. Jesus. Hot garbage, guys. It's just, this garbage is just absolutely on fire. Guys on Twitter, I put a link in there so you can watch. Make sure you still got it. Crawl through the little spy hole that Twitter gives me. If you happen to be over on Twitter, I threw a comment that did a chain again with the link. This episode was so fucking bad. I know the next one will be better. Bill, if everybody can do us a favor, pile on out of the theater. I don't know, Bill, if you're going to do one more, but I feel like throwing one more log on the fire. Why shouldn't we go a little bit later, right? It's still early by you. You're not depressed enough today, are you? Do you still have some enthusiasm for life left in you?
Yeah, well.
See, that's Admiralty.
I live in the nest world.
The Joker nearly killed the last smartass he thought was Mrs. his likeness. Yeah, none of this made sense. Like Bill said, it was like
it's all over the place. It's all over the place, man.
And that's a matter of what they call the tone of the show, right? If I was to say to you, the Batman show suffers from complete tonal confusion, you wouldn't really argue that, would you, right? The tone of the show is confused. It doesn't know what it wants to be. For a couple of seconds, it's lighthearted. Then it turns darker than darker than darker than dark. Then it's whimsical again. But now it's been dark for so long that when it goes whimsical, it doesn't work. It's glib. Do you know what I mean by that, Bill? Am I making sense here? Like, when it tries to be serious, it's merely glib. Because it doesn't have any gravitas. It's saying nothing. And it's trying to look like it's profound. And it's just, it is anything but profound. And it is anything but logical. This was one of the silliest episodes. This episode was more stupid than Batman Can't Solve the Case of Improved Female Penguin. This next episode, Moving Target, I was like half awake for this one. None of these will rouse you to full consciousness. All of them are horrible. Here we go on 3, 2, 1, and action. It should say Amazon Crime, to be honest. Wow, they just come straight up out of the middle of the last one into the beginning of this one. That was a hard cut, just in the middle of... What were they thinking?
I don't know.
They hard cut from the end of the last one to the beginning of this one. It was like she's walking up the steps and then we pick it up from the steps. What the fuck? They're like, just draw it once, we'll use it twice. I don't know. What the fuck?
Hey, Curtis.
Curtis Selby, my friend. Hey, I'm not gonna be awake much longer, but I want to leave a like, a comment, and leave it on in the background. Oh, you know what? You're a great guy, Curtis. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this. We're gonna keep in mind that it's getting a little later. I'll try not to rant too much, but I might get a little freaked out here. Barbara Gordon is an asshole to her father. Is it because she out minorities him? She's like, now listen to me, privileged man. You may be African American, but I am a female Afro Latina and I am powerful. He's just like, you have to stop breaking the law and shooting at people. It's just like, get fucked.
Wow.
That cop who saved them is being presented as wrong. Did you see the way they showed him?
No, shoot.
Why couldn't Bullock, the cop we know, save him? Because they didn't want it to not be Montoya? This is the show where you get Tone Loc sings Def Leppard. It's definitely Tone Jeff. Mark, I love it. This is what you get when Tone Loc sings Def Leppard. You know what? I would like to see that tour, though. Tone Loc with Def Leppard. Photograph. Yeah. Chiba Chiba on my brain. People didn't know I had that record, huh? I also had Young MC. Nobody has thanked this cop for saving their lives. I certainly hope they kill the police commissioner. I would throw my fucking badge in his face. They're killing us. People are killing us, and they're gonna kill you. We're gonna go in there, and we're gonna fucking bust up known criminals, and we're gonna let it be known that we run this town because we're the cops. No. Your black police commissioner is fucking ACAB piece of garbage. I like how he's brave, but it's being presented as stubborn man, right?
Yeah. Oh.
God damn, I was right. Then she walks away from him being fucking brave and says he's selfish for not wanting to just run away and hide so I can feel better. He's the police commissioner of a major city that doesn't know the meaning of the word crime wave because crime never ebbs. Hey, let's go get jobs as Gotham cops. My God, she really did say, can you not just do that to Batman? We said this is set in 1939, but we're using 2018 slang.
How many episodes of this damn show is there? 10?
Did they just waste our time by saying that there's a price on his head and then having Batman explain how bounty hunters work? That's his detective work? He's like, I was at the library today. I found out what happens when you put a price on a man's head. The fuck? You're an idiot. We're seeing cops who are proud of themselves that they beat prisoners to death. We have to show that the cops are worse. Is this Batman now beating down the cops? Batman is supposed to stop dirty cops, not beat the fuck out of them. Wait, if you said you would pay the bounty, you are not the middleman anymore. We made it a diverse group of gangsters, although we only drew 2 faces. This is the exciting episode, guys. Batman broke into jail to beat a man up. But he beat up the prison guards for beating up the prisoners. Batman is for me, not for thee, huh? I think beating up people is wrong, unless you're me. Well, if there'll be more men coming, why are you worried? They're not sending any women. Oh, now Gordon's carrying a gun and she's mad at him, even though he's a cop. And look how fat Montoya is. God. He cannot be brave. Everything he does that is brave, he has been fucking dressed down for and yelled at by his daughter. How about she leaves town? If she's too scared. Turns out running and hiding is exactly what men need to do, huh, Bill?
Oh, no. No.
What's cool is we're almost halfway through this episode, thank God. This one's really moving along because it's like we've spent so much time hectoring and clucking at this father that there's actually dialogue. The last one was just like long spaces of time between anyone talking. It was fucking boring as fuck, too. That one was... The first episode was insultingly boring. The second one was boring and stupid. This one is insulting, boring, and stupid. They need to know what they're up against.
Oh.
That is the stupidest gunfight I've ever seen. Wow, we kill a lot of people in this cartoon. We showed every minute of that car crash. Was that to bloat runtime? What was the point of the like? Batman's on camera for 1 to 3 seconds when we see him. The car crash was like 11 seconds. Thank God Barbara's there to take care of these inept men. It's getting dumber and dumber. You would, I guess, all the machine gun. Wait, how did the front end of the car get fucked up when all they did was pump machine gun fucking rounds into the trunk? Yeah, they have no curiosity about the cop car that was attacking them. Use your cell phone. Wayne Gardens. So of course it's a place being made worse by Bruce Wayne because everything Bruce Wayne touches gets worse. Thank God there's all these women to help these helpless men, huh? Gordon can't just help that guy help himself. Thank God he's got a woman to help him. That other man won't move in to help. He's going to let Barbara do it. God, Montoya's got to walk all this way. Thank God she's getting her steps in because she really looks like cholesterol could take her out at any moment. The real killer here could be diabetes. Look at the size of those cankles. Wow, just editing mistakes right in the middle. There's an editing mistake where there's just 1 second frame of darkness. As someone who spent like 60 hours editing in the last 2 weeks, I know what an editing mistake looks like now. Jesus Christ. This is the least interesting, stupidest character ever.
Hell.
Oh my God, this is so idiotic. Guys, I have to stop Batman Cape Crusader so that you can actually read the dialogue on screen to see the storytelling of J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams, storyteller. He gives us things. He gives us great things. Look at this. This is the dialogue. What do you think of that, Bill? You want to comment on it? How come I feel like he will find a way to make even this dialogue contradict itself? Now watch where we go next. But don't worry, it gets worse. As Clipcoin likes to say, don't worry, it gets worse.
Blip, blip. What'd you say, boss?
Right, so that's his thing. I'm doing this one 1 and 2 seconds at a time, so I'm aware that there is some sound bleed. I want everyone to see how stupid this fucking is. All right, so he keeps going blip, blip, blip as he walks up the hill, and then he points to something with a flashlight, and this is what he does.
Ding, 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 ding.
What the hell? Okay, let it play. Let it play. I don't want to feel my hair turn gray.
I just need to take my Provasic. At 13:26, we're going to roll on 3, 2, 1, and action. Hey, Josh Street. That was the last comment. Okay. This is right up Acolyte Bill's favorite garbage shows. Oh yeah, no, we bought back Bill and Teague's Bogus Journey. Yeah, this show's terrible. What if they go full Spartacus and end up all cops are Batman? Oh, end up with all, that would be great. I expect something like that because this show is that pretentious. This cartoon thinks it's Spartacus. I'm being honest.
Damn you, Josh Street. Damn you.
Run, Blondie! He's a Blondie killer. He's a bounty killer now, Blondie. Yeah, exactly. From Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. We should place bets on if Bill loses his mind again, like his favorite Star Wars show that has his favorite song that did it to him. That song didn't help me much either. Batman beats up a guy in jail. Very impressive. I know, Daniel.
Me, damn it, you motherfucker! Some cunt.
Bill's speech about Well, Daniel is one of the most generous fans. Like, he gives the show the benefit of the doubt, and he roots for the show to be good. He has enthusiasm whenever we talk. I talk to him here and there in private, and sometimes through these comments, and he's looking for it to be okay. And even he's just like, oh God, that's seeing is believing, folks. I mean, breaking into jail to beat up the jail guards who were employed. It was so tonally confused again. Bill, we saw Batman break into jail and beat up the guards who beat up prisoners so that he could beat up a prisoner. And it was implied that him beating up the guards who beat up the prisoners was justice. The farce has a strong impact on the geek-minded. They just killed those people just like that. They would never do this on Batman the Animated Series or Batman 66. Yeah, there's a lot of death. Oh God, Commissioner Gordon, he needs his daughter to go cover him. What a fucking loser. Why does the public defender have a gun?
Just like that, she's able to shoot a guy.
The one lethal shot is Barbara. Barbara got another one. Thank God Batman is beating up these bad men to save them from Barbara. And Montoya just got one, I guess. Oh God. Wait, did he hit him with a batarang? Because we didn't see it. This is poorly done. This animation looks good, but whoever directed this sucks. Bill, any thoughts on this? Not a very linear fight, is it? What do you think of this fight? Is it telling a story? Are you oriented in what's going on? Why didn't those other people shoot Batman when he was beating up the people that he was beating up while they were just looking?
Shit.
5 guys with machine guns waited for Batman to beat all of them up in turn. Now Barbara Gordon, the only person with any toughness, while everyone else cowers, she's beating people down. Now Montoya is also rolling around. Thank God the ladies are saving the day. Like I said in my review, they saved the day again and again and again and again. Batman's on the edge of the conflict, just sort of testing the boundaries. But I guess he's going to get all the credit simply because the main bad guy in him, and the main bad guy is just some kind of weird, flaky criminal with a mask. He popped some gas in Batman's face to no avail for no reason. Just so we could see him do it. It lasted half a second. Boy, they really don't want to render these fights well. They are so poorly done. Finally, a man hit a man and had an effect. So then he goes after the woman first because that's the bigger threat. You always want to take out the woman first. You want to make sure if you're fighting a man and a woman, the first one you want to go after is the small, frail woman rather than the big hulking man. Right, Bill?
Yes. So.
After Barbara wore him out, that big hulking man was finally able to knock out that guy. That's the second time he saved her life and she hasn't thanked him. Why should she, right? Twice in 10 minutes, she saved his fucking worthless life. I apologize. I know some people said they were trying to sleep. This show is stupid. Daniel's Hot Topics. You mean like the Arkham Guard Batman beat to stop abusing prisoners at Arkham? It was, I mean, that was different because in that animated series episode, I remember like he was purposeful about it, and that Arkham Guard had become his own supervillain. It was more than just that. He was also like supervillaining on the side. He had gone insane too. That's a great episode. And I think Diedrich Bader is the voice of the Crazy Guard. Oh my God, the only reliable man is actually a traitor, Bill. Why did he... At what point... They've been together this whole time. No one has a cell phone. How did he find out that he could collect the bounty? And when did he turn coats? And he's been saving them so he could kill them himself? Why wouldn't you just blow this fuck away when he's trying to kill your daughter? Oh, so Commissioner Gordon shoots the gun out of the bad guy's hand rather than kill him so that Barbara can one punch a huge dude out. I've got it. People need to see this. I have taken it back so you can see the one punch. All right, so this is preposterous, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to illustrate for you here. Bill, what did you think of this scene when you saw it the first time? It was great, right?
No, it was not great.
Okay, so as you can see...
Great.
Oh, you're just being a... You know what? You don't like powerful women. Women. So this powerful woman, what she does here is she fires and shoots the gun out of Corrigan's hand. All right, so it's Commissioner Gordon.
Don't forget to take it off the screen now.
No, I'm going second by second because I wanted to see one thing. I'm going to go very, very slowly. I think we already fucked up earlier anyway. We're probably both going to have to blur that part. But, and maybe we might have to kill the sound. I don't know. We'll find out. But, you know, as I look at this, it's like, just between you and I, like, if you had a daughter and someone was holding a gun on them, would you try the trick shot or would you empty the gun into their fucking skull? Your daughter, Bill. If you were a father... She's like 35 years old. She's the city public defender. You put her through law school. The mom has never been in the picture. You don't know she's Batgirl. And more important than that, she out-minorities him 3-1. Why does he try for the trick shot instead of just emptying his gun in that motherfucker's head?
Who knows these things, Teague? Who knows?
So Gordon... decides he's Annie Oakley, and then this happens. Watch this, guys. Could this be why he didn't shoot to kill? She one-shotted him. She one-shotted this guy.
Yeah, right. Right.
She one-shots that guy.
Little scrawny female. Yeah, right.
This is what she looks like, people. This is how big she is.
Woman boss, yay!
Yay! She's not even Batgirl yet. Now I'll take it off the screen. But thank you for reminding me. You know, feel free to be pedantic about that one. Oh God. She's flexing her hand in pain. I'd be like, fuck you, you piece of shit. You almost let me die. Now the cops arrive. Why wouldn't they be guarding the police commissioner, huh? 2 fucking detectives and his daughter. The mayor of New York has a police detail of like 8 guys if he walks the street. Maybe 12. Like 8 patrolmen and 4 detectives sounds about right for the mayor of New York to walk around. Especially with the level of popularity he has these days. Oh, okay. So she beat him up, and now he respects her. Like many fights between two equal adversaries, I took the hit off you. She can't believe that the bad guy tried to have public servants killed. I don't think I know of any state in America that will keep you in the mental hospital if you keep insisting that you belong in jail instead and you can keep it together. The way this guy can. He just executed a brilliant plan to kill a few people and break out. He almost pulled it off. How is he insane? Because I guess it's not jail, it's Arkham. Whew!
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was quite the turd.
Wait,
I don't know.
It just ended? What the heck? What? I'm so confused.
Yeah, that episode had no beginning or end. It just started and stopped, huh?
Oh.
And Batman showed up like here and there. He definitely Batman was not Batman was
in the show. No.
Batman was not committed enough to get in there and get hands on the way that the public defender was, and one of the two cops who turned out to be honest. I guess that's why Bullock isn't in this one. They needed Montoya's partner to be dirty. Now I guess like the show is so paper thin, they were too cheap to draw like two more cops. So like no. We're going to get rid of Bullock and just have it be this other guy, Corrigan, for this one episode. We'll have him be the only competent cop, and then at the end it'll be exposed that he's really a bad guy. Because, all of them are bad, right? There are no good ones anywhere. And then, like, someone in the room is like, oh, excuse me, but, my father was a police officer, and I think there's a few good cops somewhere. And, like, JJ fucking started screaming and yelling, and until that guy was removed, no one calmed down. Then they had to have a sensitivity guy come in, talk to them about how they were sorry that someone was actually not ashamed of the police. All of them needed the rest of the day off, and when they came in the next day, they cried together and they burned sage to purify the memory of what the guy had done, and then they all pissed on his desk together. These are some strange fucking people, and this is some bad Batman. Every single episode, we have gotten farther away from what Batman has got. That might have had the highest Batman quotient, but he doesn't do much.
Yeah, he don't do much. That's right.
This one had a lot of Batman in it, but it was just like you would see Batman from a great distance. It's like bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. But he's merely walking and past crates, and it's like yay. Batman walks past the crate, and then he goes into a room, and there's like a desk, and all the evidence is just there. Everything about this show has been simple and telegraphed. Like it wants to be this edgy crime thing, and at the same time, it's got a plot for like Shining Time Station level plot. Does that sound about right? We could argue that there was a story there, but that one had the least amount of storyness of any story of these stupid stories I've seen in Storytown tonight. I don't know. You tell me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Batman has been better served by many in the past. We've seen many kinds of Batman, including this Batman, who is allegedly a new improved Batman, taking on the improved female Penguin. You know what? I totally fucked up. It is the Cosme. Why didn't you tell me in the stream, PDB? Ugh. Let's see. Maybe he still wants to jump on. Bill, I don't know about you, but
what?
I've been noticing that maybe this has been one of the worst fucking shows I've ever seen. It's terrible. Glad it's over.
Not as bad as that Disney Plus stuff that we looked at about a month ago.
You think The Acolyte was worse?
It's all bad. It's all bad, T. It's all bad. Oh. Sleeping piles. Shit.
That was bad. I don't know. I guess we saw 3 episodes. The first one, I already don't remember. How's that sound for a fucking good Batman TV show? What do you remember episode 1? I have none. I have no memory of episode 5. Episode 6 was Harley Quinn being an asshole, right? I guess was that the first one? Harley Quinn's an asshole. She kidnaps people who pay her $3,300 per $3,300 per session. And by the way, PDB, I apologize. You know what happens? And this has happened to me a couple of times. When you try to lift the link out of the browser to do StreamYards, sometimes the StreamYards browser becomes the Cosme address, and like I'm kind of trapped. I can't hit refresh. My browser has to stay the same, but now my computer thinks it's at it doesn't realize it's at StreamYard anymore. It doesn't have it changed it to the Cosme URL. So I don't know, PDB, if you want to jump on for a minute, but that one kind of on me, but that is the second time I had that flaw done to me. It's actually changed the link in the browser on me. And that wasn't a straight click. That's just a weird thing that Cosme has done a couple of times. Let's see. I don't think Bill is going to lose his mind this time. Barbara Gordon will become Batgirl in this series. No. I don't think she can. Why does she need to? She's already she killed 2 people, right? I mean, she's blazing away with her gun. She's a girl boss, par excellence, and she's dangerous. What can I tell you? She doesn't need to be Batgirl. They always dress her in purple, and they're teasing it. Of course, they want the fan service. And J.J. Abrams, I mean, master of encroaching off his license. Like, I think he probably the extracurriculars where he's trying to tip his hand in certain different directions. And hey, what's going on? She will become Oracle eventually. But that's one Batgirl arc, right? That one Batgirl starts out as Barbara Gordon, is then for a while the DA, then she's Batgirl. While she's operational as Batgirl, she gets hurt. In different versions of the story, she gets different levels of mobility back. But in the Arkham City game, you're talking to her on your earpiece. You ever play that one Outlaw Bill? Good game. It's the best Batman game, probably by far. But yeah, then you think they'll skip Batgirl? Oh, you know what? That would be the JJ move, because then we don't have to have a sexy young Batgirl. We just have the Batgirl we have. I don't know. Bill, you know how to blow loose. I don't know how many people you have, or if it's worth going forward for you, but I feel like I am suddenly of the appetite to see just one more episode of this amazing Amazon production. I mean,
no, I can't.
What do we pay Amazon for?
I can't do another one right now.
I'm excited for this. I mean, it's just really an exhilarating show.
No, I can't. I can't do it, T. Can't do it.
Go to your live. Listen to me. Go to your live streaming analytic page, right? And you can leave the stream by hitting end stream on your end, and I can stay on. That's how you do it. So we've had 3 hours, 25 votes. Wow. You have 1 more minute to vote. Do you see what I was talking about? Go to your studio, and you'll see that there's an ability for you to end stream from YouTube, and you'll blow loose from YouTube. You'll probably still be in my studio, but you will at least have ended your stream on YouTube. You won't disappear until you leave the StreamYard studio, though. But let's see. We've had 25 votes. Best part of Batman Woke Loser, so you can see how I feel, is One person thought the voices were good. You're not wrong. They aren't bad. I didn't think they got Batman right. They were going. I guess they didn't want to go for Matt Reeves, and they didn't want to go for. They want to go for Robert Pattinson, and they didn't want to go for. They didn't want to go for Nolan, and they didn't want to go too much for anything. So it seemed to me like it's kind of like a watered down Batfleck. I don't know what you guys think of it. The story, art, 12%. I'm surprised that story got 40% because I would say the art was so much better than the story. Some of these stories, I was a little shocked how dumb the stories were.
Okay,
How about you, Bill?
I see where I can end it now.
See? You learn new skills when you stream with me. Would you like to say anything before we go?
Endure the pain, I guess.
I'm going to go one more deep.
All right.
I'm feeling excited. It's fun.
It's my end, as I always say, always be excellent to each other, party on, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night, folks. I'm done.
Later,
I'm done with the show for now.
Outlaw. Later, Outlawville. And so you've disconnected.